Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel for another iRacing video, and today we've got another street stock road course oval race and we're back at USA International, the Lakeland Oval there. So you know we're really farming for the safety rating, we're really trying to get above that 4.0 margin so that we can try and run the C-Class series. We're on 3.97 after the last race, so fingers crossed this is going to be the race where we do it and we finally get above that point. We've qualified really well. We've qualified P1, so I think this might be my first pole in the street stocks here. So yeah, off to a good start. Let's see how we can get on. Well, what a position to find ourselves in. And the field is actually lower than I thought it was going to be. I think there's a couple of splits right now. But I think we are the upper split. But we're P1. Yeah, let's see how we're going to get on this time. Is this going to be the race? Yes, it's D 4.0. Alright, coming around to the green flag then.
About to go green, stay focused. The pace car is in. Green, green, green.
Here we go then, into the green flag. The guy that's behind me is a rookie obviously, and tried to get a decent jump. I think he thought I'd go straight away, but one thing I do need to keep in mind is obviously he's got absolutely nothing to lose out of this race, whereas I'm trying to run a nice clean race, so gotta get on with him. Decent start nonetheless. Good drive with all the corners, and E2 is spun. Lack of experience maybe. Just got on the power too early. Really got to stroke these street stocks around. Prevent things like that happening. Let's see if we can start to build a gap. Like that we can't. Big wash up in the middle of the corner. Here's my tactic a little bit for this race. So last time I was just really heavily braking towards the apex and then trailing off around the corner. Whereas this time I'm trying to lift off and let it coast into the corner a little bit, and then a little bit of trail braking if I feel like I'm not slowing down enough. Hug the yellow line on the way around there. So basically just trying to rely on the brakes a little bit less. The car naturally just lose. Just because I felt like basically I was basically running it in a way where I was slamming the brakes on purpose just to really run the accelerator until the very last minute. But that meant that the braking had to be very consistent every time, and I didn't really feel like I was getting that consistency. I was sort of losing time with that inconsistency, so take a bit of the braking factor out of it a little bit, I guess. And yeah, seems to be working quite well. I ran a faster quali this time. The last race. This team behind I don't think qualified. He is the number 1 car. I think he started quite close to the back. It's a pack of 14 cars in this split. Coming through really quickly through the field there. Maybe sort of showing why he's got that number 1 on his car there. better exit that time. I just pulled the gap back up just a smidge. It was 1.3 at one point and it got it down to 0.9. Not too high in that corner, it's gone down to 0.8. So. And wheel bouncing down the road there.
Car up high. Go low.
Right, that's not what you want to hear over the radio, but I got away with it quite easily. Hard enough wrestling one of these around the corners as it is without having to really start thinking about too many things at the same time. Behind, looked like he washed up the racetrack quite a lot just then in that last turn. Should give him a little bit more breathing room. That's just cost me loads of time versus the guy behind me there. Really closed in. Doing my mirrors compared to where we were before. Not putting in some of my finest laps to try and get that gap back up. Did grow just a little bit that lap, so that's good. Beef.
Car stopped up high.
Flares on and people are starting to lose concentration, starting to see some spins and that from the back markers. Push on the wall there for me. Just here the tyres starting to object a little bit to the punishment. To squeal a little bit about what we're doing. ahead, never quite what you want to see. No dramas. Yeah. Thanks, 3.
Flow car download.
Another spinner gone. Alright, Christian just lost a little bit of time there trying to get past the 3 car. I don't know what happened to him there that put him a lap down, but that was 1, 2, 3 together on track for a second there, so I expected that we'd have been fighting in the race, but yeah, was not by us. Coming up to 3/4 distance now. Usually it's getting to that point where I'm ready for it to be over. So I don't really feel like it's been as intense as the last race when we were in that sort of very strong top split race. But Christian is not giving me second really. He's keeping in my mirrors the whole time, you know. I noticed in the last video as well that the standings board was in a weird place. I put it down sort of just above the webcam. In this race it's not there whatsoever. And I sort of realised that actually, obviously it's a turning left game, this oval jazz. The standings board was blocking my left window there. So coming round, if there was a car spun, you know, I'm wanting to look out of that window, see where the car is and avoid it, but sort of, especially if it's half on the apron, half on the track there. And yeah, I just realised one day that actually I couldn't see it because of my own standings board, so I was going to run it shrunk down again for this race down at the bottom, but then I sort of realised that I use it most in qualifying to see how I'm getting on versus the other people, because it updates through the quali runs. And in the race actually, it's probably just a distraction more than anything. I don't need it for anything, so running this race just binned it off. The only thing I do like to see sort of lap on it is just sort of what my lap time was versus whoever I'm racing. But I mean, obviously I can see using the relative whether we're getting close or not, so.
Outside. Keep low.
Just in this one deep on 15
Keep
there.
low. Clear high.
Not how you race the leader normally, but whatever. Right, we've got another car in between us and Christian now though, so that's again a little bit more breathing room. We've got a Chris in front of us in the number 5 car. Coming up on lap 35, just to go at the line. Nick's now racing P2 for current reason. So when you're a back marker like that, you want to find someone to race. dropping to the bottom line there and defending. And he'll probably say, well, we've split him from his person he was racing with. Obviously, Nick and Chris were racing together, but the problem was Nick was slowing me down and Chris isn't doing it. So give Nick the little love tap, get him out of the way. The one on Chris this time.
Clear.
Oh dear me.
2 left to go. 2 to go.
Alright, that ended up being a bit more intense than it needed to in the last sort of 10 laps there. And get past these two back markers. But kept it just about clean, kept our head, and across the line for P1. Yes! Nice. I think that might be my first ever pit stop win. I think that's my first road oval win, is that? So we'll take that all the way to the bank. Obviously we're expecting with that the safety rating will go up to 4, and that is a pretty good way for it to end. Happy, happy days. Yes! Mission complete. Absolute mission complete. Got the win. First win in the street stocks, or first win in the ovals whatsoever. Got to D4.0, checked on the server, eligible for the C-Class cars, so yeah, can't wait to get running those. Think I'll try the IndyCar, the street stock still at C-Class as well, and maybe try some trucking as well. Looks like a lot of fun, so yeah, absolute mission complete. I'm really, really happy with that. On to the next season, running a bit more oval I reckon, so yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah, that's going to be everything for this video, so if you enjoyed it, don't forget, give it a big thumbs up, really helps out the channel, boosts it to more people and all that kind of jazz, and consider subscribing if you're new here and you've not done that already. Other than that, take it easy, look after yourselves, I'll catch you in the next one.